Hello everyone, welcome to a dating get ready with me. I feel like I just did one of these, but that's just not the case. I think the last time I did one was like a week or something before having my gallbladder surgery, and now here we are, what, like a month and a half later or something. So I mean, it's definitely been a while, which is totally okay, but it's also been a minute since I have filmed anything. I think it's been almost a week because believe it or not, I have been giving my skin a rest from wearing any makeup at all. Yeah, sad state to say that this is my skin looking better than it has been. Like, oh my god, you guys, I don't know what has been going on, like especially in this area. Just the deep, huge bumps. It's just awful. So I've got some new skincare stuff coming. I'm hoping it helps me because clearly the old stuff that I've been using, it's not working anymore. So I actually coulda, shoulda, woulda gone on this date on a Monday, beginning of this week, but it is Friday when I am filming this, and as many of you all know, I like to not do Friday or Saturday night dates because I feel like it gives off the impression that I'm wanting more than just a dinner date type of thing, which is not true. I just, like I said, I feel like that impression gets given off, and at least in my experience, that's what the guy ends up thinking, and then he ends up sorely disappointed when it doesn't happen. So I would have preferred Monday, but I didn't want to go out with my skin looking the way that it's looking. And I was like, oh, by Friday it'll be better. It's not completely better, but certainly it's looking better than it was on Monday. I mean, on Monday anyways, they were like, these ones in my brow were the kind where my eyes were like swollen, so my eyelids looked all puffy and weird. Like this one you could hardly even see my eyelid. I mean, just not good. So at least I feel like I'm looking a little more like myself today. But I mean, whatever, it is what it is. If this guy ends up being a good one, he's gonna find out eventually that my skin is not great in general and that I make the problem worse because yay, mental issues, fun. Not exactly something I ever talk about on a first date. I feel like so many people when they watch these get ready with me is they're like, well, duh, of course he didn't end up wanting to go on a second date with you because you talk about all this stuff. I'm like, guys, I don't sit there and say, hi, my name is Cassie, nice to meet you. So I have a skin picking condition, let's talk about it. Or like, this is all of my baggage that I have. Like, I don't talk about that. I don't know why so many people apparently think that I am just like the worst first date ever. Like, I grew up with my first jobs being customer service. Not that a date is customer service, but you know what I mean? Like, I know how to read a room, I know how to make people feel comfortable. Like, not to toot my own horn or anything, but like, I'm easy to talk to in person, you know? Like, it's just so weird. I mean, this is like kind of common sense, but it's also one of those things where it's like, I don't know, I've got this date tonight, but like beforehand I have to go and pick up cat food and a like birthday card for my stepdad because his birthday is this weekend, or his birthday party is this weekend, and you know, just like really mundane everyday things that I have to get done today. Like, I you know, have to do my chores around the apartment here, sweeping, vacuuming, that sort of a thing, and then it's like, I'm going on a date tonight though. But in reality, it's like, tonight, it's just, it's another day, you know? I think I myself and other people for sure, I hope, you know, we put all this pressure on a date because like it's exciting and it's nerve-wracking and whatever else, but like in the long run, it's literally just another day, you know? Like, you're going to have a drink, have a meal, whatever kind of a date it is, and that's that. You're going home afterwards and you're just living your life, paying your bills, and doing your thing afterwards, and that's whatever, whether it goes good or bad or indifferent. So I think, well, I don't know, maybe if you've like been following this series of mine or whatever you want to call it, you might be wondering, what happened to the last date? What happened to him? He seemed to like you, and yeah, apparently he did, but I was feeling guilty, you guys. I mean, it's one of those things where I wouldn't have minded going on a second date, but he just seemed way more interested than I was, and I just didn't feel like it was fair. I felt like I would have been going out with him purely because, not like all of you or anything, but because a lot of people online encouraged me to or whatever, and he deserves more than a pity date, you know what I mean? Because I really wasn't feeling it. Like, I just wasn't interested. So yeah, I mean, that was that. Nice enough guy. I just wasn't interested, you know? I just wasn't feeling it. Part of it was also, he really reminded me of my dad, which, like, I don't want to date my dad. You know? I don't know, you guys. It wasn't a match for me, and I think that's okay, and that's that. Like I said, he deserves to be with someone who actually wants to be with him, not someone who would just be going out with him because they don't have any other options at the moment. Like, that's gross. I don't want to be that person to do that ever. So. This is my skin. Embrace it. Embrace it. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. I just hate going on a date or meeting new people, whatever, when I feel so uncomfortable in my own skin and so like unlike myself. And it's one of those things where like right now my face hurts so bad from these zits that it's like all I can think about. And so I feel like that's all they are seeing as well, when in reality, usually they're not paying attention, you know, like, yeah, they noticed I've got a couple zits. A couple, I know. But like, that's that. We're all human. We get zits. But of course, we are our own worst enemies. We are harder on ourselves than anyone else is on us, or at least that's the theory, right? So hopefully he won't even notice the awfulness of my skin. I need to stop putting myself down. The state of my skin. Yes, the state of it. So yeah, I don't really know much about this guy, to be honest. I know his name. Yep, I know his name. I know what he does for a living. He does like graphic arts and animation and that sort of a thing, which is really cool. So I had this Natasha Denona thing that I kind of forgot that I had, and I finally got around to using it. And one day when I was using it, I had opened it and then I flipped it over to see if these had names to them, the two different things in here, and the one just like completely fell out onto the floor and just shattered, along with all of my hopes and dreams. Like, I was so bummed out, and I'm still bummed out, but oh my gosh, you guys, I have been loving this little duo. Like, oh my gosh, it's so extra, like, it's so glitter, but oh, like, just it's just so fun. I've just been loving glitter lately. I don't know, maybe it is because of the acne and whatnot, where I'm just like, you know what? I've got some extra things on my face. Let's make my face extra extra by putting glitter on it too. I'm okay with that. So like, I dab the glitter on. I know you're probably not gonna be able to see, but then I go in with a brush into the pink shade here, and that just gives it a nice little glow. I buff it out with that, so it's like, not only do I have the glitter on my cheeks, but I've also got this nice luminosity. Oh, it's so extra. Sometimes when I've been editing my videos lately, because I've been wearing this pretty exclusively for the past month, and I'll go to edit my videos and I'm like, my cheeks though look so extra, at least for me. You know, to some people they're like, that's just another Wednesday afternoon, you know, like that's nothing. Well, for me, it's extra. But for me, I'm also like loving it so much. Like seriously, can you see that? Like the glow and the glitter. And it's just amplified once I get blush on. So y'all ready for this? I know that I am. Oh yes, I want to put my blush on. It's so pretty. I mean, that's one thing I know a lot of people, you know, say they're overweight at the moment or like heavier than they're used to being or whatever, they end up really getting into shoes because no matter how big you get, at least shoes still fit. I mean, that's not actually the case, but you know, for a lot of people who have just gained like 10, 25 pounds type of a thing compared to their normal resting type weight. For me, I kind of feel that way with makeup as well. It's like no matter how bad or good my skin gets, at least I can put on makeup and it helps me to feel prettier and like more like myself. I mean, if I were to have to go out barefaced, and like don't get me wrong, I still will and I'm okay doing it. I don't feel great, but like it's not the end of the world, you know? Like I went to my volunteer shift at the animal shelter this week looking like this, barefaced, because like I said, I've gone about a week without wearing makeup now because I just don't want anything extra on my skin. And you know, like I said, I wasn't extremely comfortable doing it, but I still can do that. But when it comes to certain situations, you know, I feel like it's on the two extremes where either it's when I know I'm meeting someone new, like on a date like this, or I feel like it's when I go to see like people I'm extremely, or not, I guess it's not the two extremes because it's not people that I'm like super extremely close to, but like if I'm going to a family event or something, it's like I want to put my best face on for my family to see me, which is so weird. I mean, it's not like I have a super judgmental family and I'm scared they're gonna judge me if I show up with like barefaced pimply acne skin. But at the same time, yeah, I don't know. You guys will have to let me know if you feel the same way. But yeah, I know you're probably like, Cassie, but like tell us more about this guy. I don't think I can. Like, I really don't know that I know much else about him. Like, I think we had talked for like a few days, but by like talked for a few days, by that I mean it was like a message a day. It wasn't like all day messaging back and forth. It was like, I think he would get home from work, he would message me, and then before going to bed, I would message him because that's when I would have time. And like, that was the extent of that. And you know, I mean, we got along fine in our messages and talked about our love for art, animation, that sort of a thing. And either way, he ended up asking me for my number, and you know, I have said this before, but I don't feel comfortable giving out my number people I haven't met before because it's just way too easy nowadays to access the person's everything if you know their phone number. And so I just told him, you know, I'm not comfortable giving it to you, I'm sorry, but hey, there's a way to remedy this. We can go on a date. And so I was very happy that he, like, you know, I'm used to people when I say that, they're like, okay, like, do you have any favorite spots? Or like, when are you free? This and that. And then it's a whole thing. Trying to figure that out. What do they like? What do I like? When are we busy? When are we not? La, 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 la. Well, he just like straight up said the place that we're going to be going to. He was like, I'm free on Monday and Friday. My memory card is about to fill up. He didn't say that, but I was just alerting you. So he said Monday or Friday. I could have done Monday, but like I said, I wasn't feeling so great in my skin. And also I technically did have plans on Monday, but they were plans that could have been moved. You know, I was just helping my mom decorate for Christmas. We could have done it the next day, no problem. But so I chose Friday to give my skin some time to heal. Even though, like I said, I'm not typically a weekend night dater. And so he said, okay, Friday, and then named the restaurant that we're gonna be going to and what time we're gonna be meeting. Like, does that work for you? And I was like, ooh, yeah, it does. Like, I love that. I love a guy that will take charge like that. He knows where he wants to go. Gives me the time, the place, boom pow. So I'm excited, and I haven't been to this restaurant before. It's in a town that I actually really like, that I used to go to a lot, like during high school. It was a fun kind of hangout shopping area thing in the town, and I feel like I've heard of this place, but I haven't ever been to it myself. So I'm excited to try it. It is a sushi place, which it can either be really good for vegetarians or really bad for vegetarians, but I looked at their menu and they've got plenty of veggie options, so I am happy about that. And yeah, I mean, I think that's about it. I'm going to be using this ColourPop Going Coconuts palette. I really like it. I don't know that I want to use that brush. My brushes are apparently dirty. I thought I just washed them the other day. Must still be drying in the bathroom. Okay, going in with a ColourPop pencil brush. I'm gonna do Nutty on the outside. I mean, do you guys like really want to hear me talk through one of these eyeshadow looks that I do all the time? I'm scared. I feel like I'm just boring you all. But like I don't know that I have anything else to tell you about this guy. He's older than me, which I think is great because I feel like I do not have luck with the younger than me guys in terms of they just don't typically, not all, but typically they don't have their act together, and I would like someone who has their act together at this point in my life. He is 33, I believe, so he's 4-ish years older than me depending on when he was born. So yay. And like I said, I know what he does for a living, and that's about it. So I feel like this is not a blind date, but I feel like I don't know anything about him. So cheers. I feel like I should do my nails too, which is so stupid. Like they're a little chipped on the edges, and I'm like self-conscious about it, which is so stupid. Like especially when meeting a guy, like I don't think he's going to notice. Like I think I have bigger problems if he does notice and then judges me for it. But I'm feeling self-conscious about my nails. I don't know. That's what YouTube does to you. Sometimes. Alright, so here is the makeup. Here's the final look. I just felt like I had nothing else to tell you guys about this date or my dating life, whatever. So I just didn't show you the eyes because, like I said, this is a look that I do all the time. All I used was the Coconuts palette and then just did some winged liner and some mascara, and voila! I haven't decided on a lip product yet, or if I'm even going to wear a lipstick tonight, you know, because we're getting food, and also because I have no idea what I'm wearing. So let's go figure that out, yeah? As much as I would love to wear my tie-dye Dragon Ball Z t-shirt, like, I'm not going to. So, ignore my messy closet. I have no idea what I want to wear. And I have no options. Probably, yeah, not the bottom row of options. That's like lazy sweatshirts and hoodies type of wear. I don't know, I'm kind of feeling sweater dressy. Could do that. I feel like I always do that, but like I'm comfortable in it, so why not? After I just said I'm not gonna wear a hoodie, this sweater dress has a hoodie. It's a little wrinkly, but I think once it's stretched out on my bod, it won't be as wrinkly. And then for jewelry, I feel so boring. I feel like I'm wearing the exact same outfit, just a different shirt. You know, as my last date, but like I'm just comfortable in this sort of a thing. And that's what's important, right? Okay, I also need pants, aka leggings. I need socks. I think I'm going with these ones. I don't really know what perfume I feel like wearing, so I think I'm gonna... Is that what? Yeah, I think I'm okay with that. I'm gonna go with some Daisyosa Fresh Twinkle. Like, will he really be able to smell me across the table in a restaurant? I sure hope not. But yeah, just covering my bases. So here is the look. Like I said, I mean, it is pretty much what I wore last time. But hey, I mean, it's a purple hoodie sweater dress, one of my favorite necklaces, some black leggings. I decided to not do lipstick, but my makeup is hanging in. It's probably been like 5 hours since I put it on, but I don't do duck lips on a date, don't worry. Don't worry, I cringed and was nervous for me for a second there too. And then to slightly switch things up from the last time I went on a date, I am wearing different socks. I know, this is very exciting. There's the socks. They are nice and soft and warm, but not too warm. No need for sweaty feet. Not that he's going to be feeling my feet. Oh yeah. And one of my favorite pairs of boots, which are always a good test of how swollen are my feet today. Decently swollen, apparently. Oy, ouch. Boop boop. There's the feet. The nerves, it's happening. It's okay, we're fine, we're good. Have you come to wish me good luck? Oh, do I get the good luck rubs? Oh, thank you, honey. Do I get any luck from feet? Yay, head bump. Yay, head bump. 3 times a charm. All right, I'm off. First to buy cat food, and then date night. Okay, we can do this, I got this. I'm home, and I'm happy. So, first off, oh, that contact has needed to come out for at least 2 hours. Also, by the way, I forgot to mention, I did paint my nails before I left because I have time. But let's change back into from whence we came, shall we? Off with those rags, back into my nice clothing. So, as I said, the date went well. At least I think. I mean, he asked me out on a second date, so like, yeah. I thought he was very handsome in a cute way. He was charming. We had good conversation. I mean, we were there for, well, until they pretty much were kicking us out, a few hours. Anyone who I can talk to for 3 hours without getting supremely bored, I think is a good one in my book. By that, I'm not saying I was even mildly bored. I'm just saying, you know, held a conversation, had some laughs, shared a lot of, you know, similar interests. He is a fellow artist. He likes making videos. So he thought it was pretty cool that I'm a YouTuber. I did tell him. He just made me feel really comfortable and like comfortable enough to tell him. So if he's watching this, I did not tell him my channel. But first off, well, hello to my face without makeup, and also hello in general. I had a good night. He loves trashy TV, which like I appreciate on such a huge level. Like we had to have talked for a good hour on just our favorite trashy TV, but like he's also into, you know, like animation and stuff. I think I had mentioned that, you know, like he does IT for a job, but he also likes to dabble in animation and that sort of a thing, and would like for that to be his job. You know, it's so silly. I always get nervous, fellow artists, and it's strange because I feel like I shouldn't, just like being an artist myself. I kind of know that it's the opposite of what my brain tells me, but like my brain tells me I'm not pretty or attractive enough or whatever for an artist to find me attractive, you know what I mean? Because when, at least, you know, I don't know, you think artist, it's like, oh, they like beautiful things, and I'm like so, in my eyes, not classically beautiful, especially with like all my scars, my blemishes, you know, whatever else. And so I get nervous that like an artist, oh, he would want to be with like a classically beautiful woman and that sort of a thing, you know, like has like a statue of Venus type body and whatever else, when in reality I know that, you know, for me, I'm an artist, and that's not, you know, granted I do find those things attractive, but it's like not what I hold my standards to, or like I would only date someone with like that perfect of a body or face or whatever else. And so I know I shouldn't worry about that. And like I said, I mean, he asked me out on a second date, so like he's clearly interested enough and didn't find me completely hideous. Yeah, that's just a lot of my self-doubt and negative self-talk talking. I'm just gonna let this go how it goes. I mean, it's one of those, I don't know, he's one of those people that I could see either, you know, getting into a relationship with him, or if nothing else, I could just see us being like really good friends. Like I said, we just had very similar interests, and like he kind of, I don't want to say this to like come off as a negative, because it's not a negative to me, but I know to some people they would be like, oh, that's so unmanly or whatever. And like, to me, I'm not looking for like a stereotypical alpha male, so like to me this is great, but like it felt like talking to a girlfriend kind of, you know, like it just felt really comfortable and like easy and flowy. And like I said, he seemed interested, you know, was like asking me a lot of questions. It wasn't just all about him and blah blah blah. And so like I said, if nothing else, I could definitely see us like being good friends. He kind of reminds me of of a past relationship I was in that didn't end up working out, but like we were really close. Like we worked very well together until we didn't, type of a thing. It just, the feeling that this guy that I went on a date with gave me, the feeling was the same though, where it was just easy and like just comfortable, like I said. So that's exciting, right? I think so. Bed. I am excited to go to bed. I don't know that I really had anything like too terribly pressing else to tell you guys or anything other than, like I said, it was a good date and I'm excited to see him again and, you know, see if it is anything more than a friendship. But I am personally the type of person that prefers for relationships to kind of stem out of friendships. So I'm not opposed to it feeling like a friendship initially, but we shall see. As I lay here and slather my zits in Neosporin wearing a Dragon Ball Z t-shirt, you know, we are all attracted to different things. That is for certain. And I think, like I kind of said earlier, you know, this is more the feeling that I like having going into a second date. You know, a lot of people after my last video said, give the guy a chance, la la la. Maybe he was just nervous, this and that. And even if that was true, I mean, I think everybody, maybe not everybody, but the majority of people that go on first dates, you know, they're nervous. It's fine. I am too. But I think for the most part, you can still kind of tell if you click. And I just didn't feel it with the last guy. So it's not that I thought he was undeserving of a second chance. I just, like I said, I think he could do better than me. You know, I think he can find someone who's actually interested in going on a second date with him. I think you should be excited to see the person again, or not even necessarily excited, but like at least interested, you know? And that just was not the way I was feeling. And I think it's good to honor our feelings, and I think it's smart to listen to those inklings. So yeah, thank you all for joining me on another chronicle of Cassie attempts to find her person, even though she's fairly positive she will be alone forever. I hope you enjoyed it, got something out of it. Definitely let me know any of your dating struggles, woes, successes, good things, encouragement, you know, just whatever you want to tell me, let me know down below. I just think it's interesting and fun to hear about everyone else's experiences in modern dating specifically. You can also let me know if you enjoyed this video, if you want to see the second date, get ready with me with this guy, all of the things, not only by leaving a comment, but by giving this video a thumbs up down below. I would really appreciate it. And if you are new here, hey, hi, hello, how are you? You can go ahead and subscribe. You can tippity tap that notification bell down below. You can become a member of my casserole family here on my channel. I would love to have you here. And as always, I just hope you guys are all doing well. Until next time, just stay well until then. Bye / good night.